To say that our generation is inadequate when it comes to dating would be an understatement. We all know of the unspoken rules about sex on college campuses, but no one wants to admit it. There is an attitude of nonchalance when it comes to dating on college campuses. After searching Tinder and Bumble, people meeting up to Netflix and chill or hang out instead of going on real dates, potentially finding themselves ghosted and alone. While casual sex can be fun, it has its repercussions. Is this phenomenon ultimately destroying our generation's ability to form real relationships? To solve this mystery, we asked the students of Bentley University what they thought.
How would you define hooking up?
Anything from making out and beyond.
I would consider hooking up to be like making out with someone or anything more than that.
I don't know, like anything past like making out.
Consider hookup to be anything more than making out with someone, I guess.
My definition of hooking up is making out.
I would say meeting up with someone like at a party or some kind of like social event and then kind of like asking them to leave somewhere and,
Do you think the hookup culture is a problem?
I don't think it's a problem. I think our perception of it is an issue. I think that kind of differentiation between the way that we treat women and the way that we treat men should be the same. It shouldn't be different. I don't really think it's an issue, though.
I don't see any problem with hookup culture. I think the biggest problem with it among college students is a lack of communication. I think as long as everyone's on the same page, that you're not exclusive, that you're not only seeing each other, or that there aren't expectations that aren't outlined, I don't think it's an issue. I don't see any problem with hooking up with multiple people as long as everyone's clear with what's going on.
I don't think it's a problem if you're okay with what you're doing.
Ooh.
Yes, I do think it's a problem because, throughout college, I think hookup culture is like the thing, and then once you get out of college, people just kind of like mature and it simmers down into actual relationships. So it might just be a phase.
How are men and women judged differently in the hookup culture?
I feel like with men, you're supposed to be hooking up with more people, and as a girl, if you hook up with a lot of people, you're considered like a slut.
I think that it's kind of like the stereotypical thing where like if girls hook up with a lot of guys, then like they kind of get seen as like, you know, like whores or sluts or whatever.
Girls get with a lot of guys, they're seen as like sluts or like whores, and they're just like, they don't feel as respected.
I mean, it's pretty typical for like girls to be judged more for hooking up with more people than guys. It's like, you know, it's kind of like a badge of honor or whatever. I don't know, I think it's just kind of outdated, like past traditionalist cultures. We should update it. Like, if you're a girl, like, fuck it. You know, you may as well be a bad bitch too.
How do you think alcohol plays a role in the hookup culture?
I think alcohol kind of is a catalyst for it sometimes. You know, if you're at like a party and people are drunk, they're like more apt to engage in hookup culture versus if maybe they weren't drunk or if they weren't drinking, they would be more of a relationship type person, or they wouldn't normally be into that.
I think it definitely contributes to people hooking up with more people because your inhibitions are lowered.
Alcohol does play a lot into hookup culture. I mean, like, you kind of like, once you drink alcohol, your standards kind of just like disappear, like beer goggles or like, I don't know, anything else you could think of. So, you know, I definitely think it like causes you to be more relaxed about a situation. Like, you just end up with someone that you're like, oh shit, why did I do this?
Alcohol plays a huge role in hookup culture. I think no one would do anywhere near as much stuff or say anything as much as they would if they were under the influence of alcohol. I also feel as though a lot of people, even if they have a drink or two, feel as though they can do and say whatever they want, and they can act differently when they're under the influence of alcohol because they feel as though there's less repercussion for their actions because they can always hide behind the, oh, I was drunk excuse.
Do you think the hookup culture has replaced dating?
Yes. Because I think it's funny because like one of my friends, it was like, how long is she gonna hook up with this person before she starts dating him? When like before it was like, how long are they gonna date before they hook up? Like,
I would say yes at this point, but that's more of just like the ease of access of like Tinder. You can literally just like swipe to the next person. Like, you really have no reason to like sit down and talk and understand somebody. But like as you get a little bit older and you like try to start meeting somebody that's gonna be around for a little bit longer, you know, that part of life is still there, and it's just because we're not there yet.
I would say so, especially with things like Tinder and Bumble. A lot of the times it's just like you message someone to go hook up with them rather than form like a long-term relationship or something.
Not really, because like I said earlier, I think it's more of a phase. So like it's a college phase, and once you get out of college, it's like hooking up's not exactly the thing. You kind of get into relationships, you realize that there's a lot more important things to do than just like hooking up with people.
Every once in a while, we commit mortal sin. Men are praised for banging chicks, and it's different for girls. They can't tape their heart together with the whiskey and coke, you know what I mean? You can't tape your heart together with the whiskey and coke.
What's your opinion of the hookup culture?
If you kiss, you're dating. I'd say that Bentley absolutely has a hookup culture that I do not partake in because you shouldn't have sex till you're married.
How do I feel about the hookup culture?